you're about to watch is about the Peer Mediation program at Fordson High School.
What is peer mediation?
Peer mediation is a quick and fair way to easily resolve any conflict you may be having in the school.
How do you use peer mediation?
Well, you're about to find out.
Okay guys, turn to page 127. We're going to be discussing the instantaneous rate of change. So when they say instantaneous rate of change, basically all they're saying is take the derivative.
What a loser.
Could you stop?
No one's talking to you.
What you deserve?
What are you gonna do about it?
Watch what I'm gonna do about it. Watch.
What? Show me.
Serious?
What?
What are you gonna do?
You want me to do?
Hey, what's going on?
She threw paper at me.
Come with me.
Look at
both
this.
of you.
I didn't throw
Both of
anything.
you.
Put the phone away. Put it away.
Alright.
So what happened? I just got this write-up from Mr. Abelhassan. I'm going to read it to you. It says, as I was writing on the board during a lesson, I overheard Ryan yelling at another student. I turned around and I saw Ryan then throw paper towards Gada and telling Gada, she's so sick of you picking on me. You picking on
I'm
Ryan?
picking on her?
That's what she said.
She's always picking on me.
But that's what Mr. Abelhassan heard her say.
His back was turned. How is he supposed to know? How's he
Okay.
supposed to know?
Okay, let me finish and then you'll get your chance to talk.
Alright.
Okay?
Okay.
I asked both girls to step out in the hallway to discuss the situation. It appears that there's some confusion as to who's to blame.
Obviously she did it and it's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Okay, can you not interrupt? 2 seconds, you'll have your chance to talk. Okay, Ryan claims that God has been calling her names and throwing things at her all semester. Gada denies this.
I'm throwing
And
stuff
in
at
her
her.
mind-
I'm throwing stuff at her.
Okay, Gada denies this and says that it's the other way around. Okay, now, Gada, go ahead. Now's your chance. What happened?
I was in class and all of a sudden I see people throwing stuff at me and it was ended up being Ryan. And today I actually stood up and I threw back at her. I was like, you need to stop.
Okay.
And then she says that I was picking on her. So how's that my fault?
Okay, but he also heard her say, I'm sick of you picking on me. Why would she say that to you?
Because she picks on me, so I was just defending myself. So I was throwing it
And
back
how
at her.
does she pick on you? What way?
She throws stuff at me. She calls me names. She picks on me all the time.
What kind of names?
Like she tells me, "Oh, you're tall. Oh, you're a big girl," and she always says so many mean things. And
Okay.
I'm so sick of it.
Gada. 1, you speak respectfully. 2, why there were several pieces of paper on the floor all around her
Because
desk.
she threw at me.
Oh,
She threw at me, and then I threw back at her. What am I gonna let her throw at me all the time?
Okay, stop right there.
I never let. She
Stop.
always does that all the time.
Okay, Gada. So let's just say that's the case. She threw at you first. Is that the best thing you can do? Best way to handle it? Throw them back at her?
I'm defending myself.
Okay. But are you making a small problem into something bigger, or are you making it smaller?
She started it. Why am
Gada,
I in trouble?
Gada.
Why am I in trouble? I don't get
You're
it.
only going to be in trouble if you're not cooperating and you're not having an open conversation with me. Okay? So right now we need to tone down the attitude and let's focus on what we're talking about. Answer my question. Are you making the problem bigger or is it making it a smaller issue?
Bigger.
Yeah. You're magnifying an issue. Now, I know that you and I have had other conversations in the past about sometimes how your attitude comes out and sometimes how you tend to pick on other people. She
I'm
expressed
not
to Mr. Dirk
picking
that
on
she's not
her.
feeling safe. Or if you sense that someone's not necessarily going to stand up for themselves, you take advantage of the moment. Would you agree we've talked about this in the past?
It's always my fault. I have a reputation.
Okay. No, right
You're
now.
not seeing
At
my
this
view.
point- no, I'm seeing what
Why
you're
am
saying.
I always in trouble for it? It's always me. It's always me. It's never her. Why?
Gada.
Because she's quiet in
Hey,
class.
Gada, no.
Just because I speak
When
my
I
mind.
look at Gada, okay, do you see how you're behaving right now?
Because you're blaming me things.
No, I'm not blaming. Once again, let me repeat. If you calm down and we discuss this, I have an idea on how this can be handled. But if you're going to keep up with this type of attitude, we're not going to get anywhere.
Okay.
I'm speaking of, you have a reputation, and you and I have talked about this before. I've never, don't interrupt. I've never had a conversation about Ryan picking on anyone else or having any other issues with other people, but you and I have. We've talked about it.
You see, you're always choosing her side all the time. Do you ever look at my side?
I do, and I am right now.
You're not.
But
You're
when I look
her,
at
oh, she's a good girl.
okay, no, there's
I'm
no.
the bad one because I speak my mind.
Got it. You're a good girl too, but do you see how you're behaving right in front of me right
I
now?
have to defend myself. If I talk to you nicely, they're like, oh,
Okay.
then
But right now, it's a time to work it out. Problem solving starts with talking. So, the choices we make and how we choose to handle things, they either give us a good reputation, God is the kind of girl that really knows how to handle things, or they paint a negative picture. So what I'm saying to you is, from this point on, we need to start looking at what Gada can do differently when things come her way that she is not comfortable with. Because there's another student involved here, and the student's saying that you've been picking on her. Now, we'll look into it further. We'll figure it out. Okay? Do you hate Ryan?
No, I don't, but she was picking at me.
Okay. Here's what I want us to do. Can you look at me? Gotta look at me. Stop picking at your nails. Do you think I like everything that I have to encounter every day? Honestly, I don't. But the only person I can control is me. So I do my best to talk out as much as possible. So what I don't want to happen is, I'm not saying that you and Ryan have to be best friends, but you do have to know how to have a working relationship in a classroom with your classmates, including her. And I'm going to be telling her the same thing. Mr. Girk will be talking to her. Okay? So at this point, how do you feel about peer mediation? Which basically means you sit down and you talk it out with her.
All we do is talk.
You know what? Honestly, it's just like what we're doing right now. It's sitting down, it's talking, but it's having a third party there. And that third party is going to mediate. They're going to talk. They're going to make sure that you're not interrupting. They're going to make sure she doesn't interrupt you, and that you understand each other. At the end of the peer mediation, hopefully, if you're not best friends, that's fine. But hopefully you're cordial and that you respect each other as a classmate.
Well, like, everything I tell her, is everybody else going to know? Are they going to keep it between us, or are they going to go tell everybody? Because, you know, everybody has such a big mouth.
No, it's all confidential.
And what happens if they tell someone?
Well, then we'll handle the peer mediator. But they've gone through extensive training with Ms. Shankowski. There's no way that they're going to tell anyone. I'm confident. And I've seen a lot of success with it in the past.
You promise?
I promise.
Okay.
You feel okay about that? So what's the goal at the end of the day? After peer mediation, what am I hoping for you?
Be friends.
Okay, even if you're not friends, I want you to learn how to problem solve.
Good.
So the next time someone throws a piece of paper at you, what are you going to do? Gotta
Not throw back.
not throw back. All right. I'll talk to Ms. Shankowski. You'll get called down for the peer mediation.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Okay, the reason you're down here today is because Mr. Abul Hassan wrote you up. Can you tell me what occurred in class?
First of all, let me just say this has been happening all year, and whatever the other girl told Miss Ali was a complete lie. Well, I'm trying to concentrate on the class, but she just keeps on throwing paper on the back of my head, and I just ignored it for the whole semester because I don't want to cause a scene because I'm not that kind of person, but I just couldn't take it anymore. So my friend, she was defending me. She told her to stop, and they got in an argument. So I felt like she should get what she deserves, and I threw one back at her. But at the same time, Mr. Abul Hassan was turned around, and he thought I threw it at her first, so he blamed it on me.
What he did see was you throwing the paper, not her, and he doesn't know the whole story, but you know what he saw you do was unacceptable, and it disrupted the class. Obviously, we have a zero tolerance for bullying policy in the building and throughout the district, so we'll deal with her accordingly. But Mr. Abul Hassan, he didn't know the prior history, and what he saw was you throw something and disrupt his class. I think a better option than you getting suspended right now would be to utilize Mrs. Shankowski's peer mediation program, because the main thing is that you guys can go back to class and focus on schoolwork, and we make this problem disappear. So I'm going to recommend you to Ms. Shankowski's peer mediation program, and then you and the other student can work this out, and hopefully it'll be the end of it. But if this does happen again and there is another disruption, you know, you will be suspended.
Okay.
Ms. Sankowski, these two are your pre-mediators, Amanda and Jamila. You have been referred to pre-mediating program. You guys have 15 minutes to resolve your issue here. Do you guys agree to resolve it here?
Sure.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah.
Okay, it's your best interest to resolve it here because if you don't, we're going to take it to higher authority. Okay, good luck. I'll be right outside.
Hello, we are Jamil and Amanda. We'll be your mediators today.
We are here to come up with solutions to your problem, but as mediators, we can't solve it for you and we can't take sides.
Before we begin, there are some mediation ground rules you need to agree to so this mediation can be easier.
Be honest and tell the truth. Don't interrupt each other. You'll both have a chance to talk. No name calling or teasing, no arguing or fighting. No, be calm and stay in your seats. Keep the things we say today confidential, no gossiping. We must tell an advisor immediately if we find out someone will be harmed if these ground rules are broken. Do you both agree?
Sure.
Okay, and I ask that you guys keep your phones in front of you throughout the whole process, please. Okay. Rayanne, tell your side of the story.
Well, I was sitting in Mr. Abelhausen's class and I was trying to pay attention to it because it's so hard. But I couldn't concentrate because this girl, whatever God knows what her name is.
It's Gata.
Oh, really? I don't care.
Let her speak, please.
And she just kept on throwing paper on my back and just called me these mean names like nerd or geek.
I threw papers at you. You
Yeah,
got caught.
Please let her speak.
You
Don't
got
have
caught.
your
No
time to
interrupting.
Oh, you know what? You should stop lying. You should stop lying.
This is your first warning. If you interrupt again, you'll be taking this from asylum.
Whatever.
Continue.
And finally, my friend defended me. She told her, "Can you stop?" And I felt like then she should get what she deserves. So I threw the paper back at her.
And how did that make you feel?
That made me feel really mad.
Okay, Gata, please tell me your side of the story.
I was in class. You know.
First, let me tell you whatever she's gonna say.
Okay. Listen. Hey, I let you talk.
I want her to really stop lying.
Listen,
because
hey,
this
I
really
let you
has
talk,
been
you
annoying
let
me
me
all
talk.
semester.
Okay, so we were in class, and she turns around, she starts throwing papers at me. And then she goes, "I'm so sick of this." Sick of what? What is she talking about? And then she ended up getting caught. And then she was saying that it was all my fault, like, you got caught. So I don't know why it's my fault. No.
Okay, please
I'm
let
not
her
talking.
talk.
And then, so then Mr. Abelhausen called us out, and this is where we are.
Okay, and how did that make you feel?
Angry because he was accusing me of something that I didn't do.
Why?
Please. Rand, what's Gata's side of the story?
I started throwing papers at her. It was the biggest lie ever. And she said I just started throwing papers at her. And I just got up and I'm like, oh, I'm so sick of it. And I was sick of her throwing papers at me. And Mr. Abelhausen caught me throwing the papers.
And how did she feel?
Made her feel angry.
Okay, Hada, can you explain Rand's side of the story?
Rianne said that I was throwing everything at her, and that was my fault, and I was calling her names and stuff, and I threw everything at her.
And how did she feel?
Mad.
Okay, Ryan, what do you want to happen?
Well, I want her to first stop telling crap and tell the truth.
I'm not lying.
Okay.
No interrupting, please. It's her turn to talk. Is that it?
Yeah.
Gata, what do you want to happen?
Stop. I want her to stop throwing papers at me. For everybody to stop accusing me that I did everything.
Okay, let's think of some possible solutions to this problem so that both of you can have what you want to happen. Rianne, give 3 possible solutions you'll have to solve this problem.
Well, she stopped lying and tell the
I'm
truth.
not lying.
Well, because you've been...
Tyler, you're about to hit your 3rd warning. Can you please stop?
Sure.
Okay, Ryan, what do you want to happen?
Well, I want her to stop lying and tell the truth because it's really annoying me and I'm sick and tired of putting up with your crap. And really, it's been annoying me all semester, so you should really stop lying.
Gata, what do you want to happen?
Okay, this is what happened. Anything I say will stay between us, right?
Yes.
Us 4 only.
Only? You guys promise?
Yeah.
Okay. I did throw papers at her.
I told you.
And I did. So it was my fault. I'm not proud of it, but I was born in class, so I threw it to the easiest target.
What do you want to happen?
Well, I just want to say I'm sorry and apologize to her. Because I feel bad. Because it was my fault.
Okay, let's think of some possible solutions to this problem so that both of you can have what you want to happen. Rianne, give 3 possible solutions you think will solve this problem.
Well, I think we should just be friends and forget about it. And just in case, I think we should just switch seats.
Okay, and Nahada, give 3 possible solutions you think will help solve this problem.
Well, I want to apologize. And I hope we could be friends.
Okay, Ryan, which solution do you like best?
I think the apologize and be friends part.
Gata, which solution do you like best?
we should be friends and I don't know, just be good friends. We have the same class together, and it's a hard class, so we can stick it out together.
Now we need to think of some ways to prevent this problem from happening again. Rianne, what can you do to prevent this problem in the future?
Well, I could just tell her right away when it's bothering me.
And Hada, what can you do to prevent this problem in the future?
I can not throw papers at someone and consider how they feel.
Thank you for using mediation to solve your problem peacefully. We will check with you soon to see how things are going. Please shake hands. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, now all we have to do is sign the student peace agreement, and we'll be out of here.
We're going to sign.
First you have to find
Like, what have you ever done that was crazy, man?
Do you know how to do this for the math class?
You're never doing anything crazy like the rest of us, man.
find the derivative of it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, seriously, always. Like what? What have you ever done that's been crazy, man? You ever done it? Watch what?
What the hell's your problem? Well, you think you're a couple?
Yeah, yeah,
Shut a locker? Wow, you're
Jim.
just calm down.
Jim. Whoa, come on, you don't want to start with me because what's wrong with you?
What's going on here, guys? Something's going on here. Come back to class. You guys, to class now. To class, that's enough.
Gentlemen, who wants to tell me why you're here right now?
Now let's start. Well,
Started off, it was me and my friend that were at my locker, and I was asking about this math problem. And then the locker slammed, and I was kind of shocked, so I went to pick up my papers, and I see that this guy was all up in my friend's face, and I wasn't going to let her take that. So I stopped in, I went to break it up, and I didn't want anything to happen, and he gave me the first shove. I wasn't taking it from him, so I pushed him back, and then the teacher came and broke us up, and we ended up here now.
So do you want to tell me what's going on?
Whatever. All right.
First off, put your phone away, sit up, and pull your chair in. We're going to talk about this like gentlemen. Ahmed here is giving me what he believes happened. Now you need to tell me what you think happened.
Basically, I'm just walking from lunch with my friends. All of a sudden, I walk past them, and his friend just starts yelling at me for some reason. I'm like, who the hell is this? So basically, then she starts getting in my face. He comes, shoves me. I shove him back. Then the teacher broke it up, and we came here.
So we had an altercation.
Yes.
What's the school's policy on physical assault, altercations, and bullying?
Zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance is 100% correct. And if we get into a fight at Fordson High School, what ends up happening? You end up attaining what?
Suspension.
Ticket.
A suspension, possible ticket, 5 days out of school suspension. Now I'm going to have to contact your parents and let your parents know what occurred here. But were you two right at what you did?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So how do you think we could have handled the situation?
Without an altercation.
And what do you think we should have done instead of having an altercation?
We should have been going mad about it and not have fought.
Exactly. And what should we have done in addition to that instead of having an altercation? Do you think we should have more communication?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what do you think should be the next steps to ensure that no more altercations occur? Because as of now, you know, I'm going to call your parents and tell your parents that you were in an altercation at school because you didn't follow our zero tolerance policy on bullying. So how do you think we should handle this problem from this point forward?
Peer mediation.
How about you? All right to what?
Peer mediation.
So if we go to peer mediation and we discuss this further, are we going to have any more problems here at school?
No.
Do you think your actions were called for?
No, sir.
No.
And do you believe that in the future you're going to have the same type of problem?
No.
No, sir.
So we're all in agreement that we're going to go through peer mediation to resolve this issue?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We don't have any more conflicts?
None.
I'd like the two of you gentlemen to shake hands.
Hi guys, I'm Ms. Sinkowski. You guys have been referred to the pre-mediation program. These are your two pre-mediators, Majda and Hana. You guys have 15 minutes to resolve this, and if you don't, you'll be sent to higher authority. So it's your best interest to resolve it here. So do you guys agree to do this?
Yep. Yes.
Okay, good luck. I'll step outside.
Hi guys, I'm Hannah and that's Majida and we'll be your pre-mediators today. We can't solve your problems for you and we can't take sides, but we're here to come up with solutions to your problems.
Before we begin, there are some mediation ground rules you guys both need to agree with so the mediation can be easier. You need to be honest and you have to tell the truth. Don't interrupt each other and no arguing or fighting. Be calm and stay in your seats. Keep the things we say in here confidential, so no gossiping. We must tell an advisor immediately if we find out someone will be harmed or if these group ground rules are broken. Do you both agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
We need you to tell your side of the story.
I was in my locker with my friend, and I asked her a question for my math, and she was helping me with it. But then my locker slammed, and my papers fell all over the place. I went to pick them up, and I see him, and he was all up in the face of my friend. I wasn't gonna let that happen to her, so I broke it up, and then he shoved me, so I shoved him back, and then the teacher came and broke it up.
Okay, and how did that make you feel?
Well, I was pissed. Didn't want that to happen, but I guess it did.
Okay. And what's your side of the story? What happened?
Basically, I was just walking with my friends from lunch. I'm walking past him, and his friend just starts yelling at me for some reason. And I'm just like, who the hell is this girl? All of a sudden, she keeps yelling at me, gets in my face. Then he comes out of nowhere, shoves me. I shove her. Then I shove him. I'm sorry.
It's a lie, man. I can believe this guy.
Okay.
I'm not a liar.
Stop. That's your first warning. Don't interrupt him again. You will get a chance to talk. Okay, continue.
Basically, the teacher broke it up, sent us down here. Here we are.
How does that make you feel?
Next surprise that even happened.
What's his side of the story?
Well, it was a lie. 'Cause he supposedly was walking, and my friend confronted him. I guess she attacked first, and I gave him the first push, and he pushed back.
How did that make him feel?
He was surprised.
Okay, and what was his side of the story?
His side, basically, he was asking his friend for help on a math problem, and then all of a sudden he seen his locker slammed. So saying that it was me getting in his friend's face, comes, tries to break it up. I shove him, he shoves me, and then basically the teacher just breaks it up and sends us both down here.
And how did that make him feel?
Pissed.
Okay.
Now, what do you want to happen?
I want this to be resolved. I don't want any suspension toward me or him.
Okay. And what do you want to happen?
I just don't want to get suspended, like he said.
Can you give me 3 possible solutions that you guys can fix this problem and prevent it from happening again?
We could say that we won't fight. We'll settle this with words.
Okay.
We can, instead of fighting, we could just it didn't have to happen. You could just walk past me. This didn't have to happen. We won't confront each other.
And can you give me 3 possible solutions to solve the problem?
So basically, all I want is just to ignore it, and then also just basically not talk to each other, not even look at each other, not always.
Okay. Which one would you like best?
Not confronting each other.
Okay. And you?
Same here, not confront each other.
Both of you have to sign the mediation form and stick to the agreement.
Thank you guys for using mediation to solve your problem peacefully. We will check with you guys soon to see how things are going.
You guys, you all have to shake hands now. Oh, okay. Now I understand what peer mediation is. I think I might use it.
Yeah, peer mediation is a program that any student at Fordson High School can use to resolve a conflict. It's way better than the office.
Yeah.